Last week while we were shooting in Montreal, I took off to go catch a screening of The Meg. This is the new shark action movie starring Jason Statham, and it was actually quite a bit of fun. A cool thing happened when I went to go and see this movie. I actually had enough points on my loyalty card. I'm not going to give any sort of gratuitous shout-outs here, but I had enough points on my loyalty card to get a free movie, and then they said, you know, you've got enough, the D-Box screenings are exactly the same kind of value if you want your free showing and your free seat. Why don't you sit in the D-Box seat? And I went, okay, sure. I'd never done this before. And this is kind of a plug for D-Box, but I had an incredible time sitting in that thing because it leans forward and it bounces back and forth. And if a submarine happens to get hit by something, which it does, it'll sort of jostle you a little bit. So you're actually kind of transported along with the picture. And the movie was kind of like the perfect screening to see with D-Box. It was like an example film of how to use it because you do a lot of undersea kind of exploration. And this is all about finding this giant prehistoric shark, layers and layers and layers deep into the ocean. And it's actually kind of a fascinating story. It's based on a very successful book. And I thought that the filmmakers put something quite fun together. It's a little bit dumb, it's a little bit stupid. Of course, there's you know, huge action beats for Jason Statham to jump out of boats and onto sharks and to stab things in the eye and to rescue people at the very last second. But it was fun. It wasn't a gory, sort of super heightened, scary experience like a Jaws at its peak. And there has certainly been some pretty good, you know, freaked out in the water movies over the years. But the experience and the sort of fidelity of the filmmaking, the effects, all of that stuff, pretty top notch. And I also liked all of the cool research vessels and the technology that this team, who is sort of led by this billionaire played by Rainn Wilson, they're just trying to explore the very bottom depths of the Mariana Trench. And they're trying to understand if there is an actual seafloor or if it's just this illusion of a seafloor and there's stuff even deeper. And I just thought that concept was pretty damn cool. But I dug, you know, the subs that they got to cruise around in. It almost reminded me of something out of the Thunderbirds from the 1960s with the glass bubble encasing and the I don't know, what do you call them, drivers? The pilots of the submarines could see all over the place. Very cool. You know, and the shark effects. The megalodon, I think that's how you say it, is a massive prehistoric 100-foot shark, and it just dwarfs all of the great whites. And you do actually see some great whites next to this giant shark, and it's amazing, you know. And there's some great shots of, you know, of course, the shark attacking the boats and a shark attacking whales and leaping out of the water and just freaking out everybody. And there's this awesome sense of peril when we know that the Meg is cruising for this very populated beach, and there's some throwbacks and callbacks to what Spielberg did with Jaws, which was nice. You can't not, right? I even heard echoes of the Jaws theme in some of the music that's in this movie. I had a good time. What can I tell you? It's kind of a check your brain at the door. It's kind of like especially for someone that's been around for long enough to have been through all of the Jaws phenomena. It's kind of like reliving some classic summer movies. And you know what? Shout out to D-Box. That was a pretty wicked experience for me to be able to sit in that seat and be thrown around with the movie. I thought The Meg was pretty cool. I think it's worth seeing in the theater. I think it's a great date movie. It's already extremely successful. It took me a while to go see it, but I don't think that should stop you. You should go check out The Meg. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.